Hey guys, welcome to today's podcast. Today I'll be talking about, is it impossible to track the success of video? I'll be sharing a very personal story.
My name is Cornell Ladigan, co-founder of BizVideo. The purpose of this podcast is to take you on a journey of how we use story to grow our business. Thank you for joining me today.
Is it impossible to track the success of video? Now the thing is, I've been battling with this for years, how do you track video and so on? And I mean, this is a legitimate concern. A lot of potential clients of mine, they'll come and go, well, you can't really track video. It's not like pay-per-click, like advertising, where you can put in $1 for keywords and then wait a week later and then see what type of results you've had from it, right? So you can't go, you put in $1 and then get out $5. It's a little bit more complicated than that. And I've been battling with this, and in this podcast, I really want to explore that. The biggest reason why is, if you have been thinking about creating videos, especially the type of videos that we create for our clients, so branding stories, really professional looking stories that people buy into, it's not a small investment. It's quite a large investment, both money and time. So that's why this is important. That's why I'm going into this today. But before we get started, I thought, I'll just tell you guys a little bit of a story so that I can make sense of this in my own head as well, and it'll make more sense for you as well. So back in the day at school, so going back to like year 11 and 12, we had these swimming days, right? So I remember definitely a few days where it's lunchtime at school, you're sitting there, you're having your lunch, and with all my friends and so on, and I'm enjoying it because we're having a good time, and what's not to like about lunch at school. But then in the back of my head I was thinking, oh gee, we've got swimming after this. So obviously on the Gold Coast it's nice and hot, so it is nice to go for a swim, but I had a bit of a problem. I was in my mind I was really chubby those days, and I was really concerned about taking my shirt off. And I remember, for some of these swimming classes, we actually had to go with DTs. So I'm not sure what they're called. I think they're called Speedos in other countries, like in South Africa and so on. But here in Australia, it's called DTs. And I was just super scared, because the thing is, I really wanted to look good, and because I had a few mates that had abs and everything, and I'm like, man, I want abs as well. I want to look good, and But more so, I wanted to feel comfortable with myself and happy, with the type of person that I was. So now I'm probably like 16 to 17 at this stage, and I've never really trained. I never went on a diet that actually worked or anything. I mean, I dabbled with a few things, but I'm like 16, 17, I'm at school, you're enjoying yourself. I'm eating a lot of chocolates and ice cream and just loving all those things. And, but then, one day I was like, I really want to do something about this. I want to lose some weight. I want to look good so that when I do go swimming, it feels comfortable. And so I'm like, I should probably start going to the gym regularly. And I started going to the gym. I had a few mates at the time as well. What we would do is straight after school, I had my license, my car license. I was 1 year above, because in Queensland, it's a little bit different in this state where normally you finish school at 17. Well, I was finishing school at 18, so I actually had my license in year 11, and then in year 12 obviously as well, so before all my friends. So what we would do is we'd jump in my little red Barina, I remember so vividly, like this little red Barina, and we'll drive to the gym straight after school and start gymming. And the thing was, within like a month or so, I actually got some pretty good results. I got muscular and so on, more muscular, so it was actually quite easy for me at that time, because you're 16, 17, peak of testosterone and all those things. But the problem was, the abs didn't come. So I'm like, man, I still feel so subconscious self-conscious, not subconscious. Subconsciously, I was feeling self-conscious. Anyway, so I'm like, man, I've got to go. So this just kept going, and I always weighed myself and, trying to get a measurement. But then at the same time, I'm like, man, what else can I do? And I thought, I'm getting some good results, I'm growing. So I had a lot of, my peers and so on saying, you should try bodybuilding comp. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to do bodybuilding. I'm not going to go on stage and pose in front of people and all that stuff. get a fake tan and all that. And then I'm like, you know what, let's give it a go. Because me just going to the gym, it's not working. And then, at the time I was actually, I signed up for a personal training course, and it taught me a little bit there. And there was this lady there that's done bodybuilding before, and she actually showed me how to diet and so on. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll go on this journey. I'll diet and I'll, go to the gym and just train properly. And you know what? The thing is, I would weigh myself every single day. And at that stage, I think I was about 92 kilograms. And I just would not lose any weight. Like nothing will happen. 90 kilograms. So week by week, the weight didn't come off. But the thing is, I kept getting leaner, and my muscles grew and everything, right? So 12 weeks later, I was absolutely shredded. I had six pack for the first time in my life, and I didn't end up going on stage, funnily enough. And, I did lose maybe like 1 or 2 kilograms. But then the thing is, I looked completely different. And what I'm trying to say by that is I was losing weight, so fat on that side, but I was gaining muscle. So on the scale, there was no change. And I realized, I was thinking about this the other day, what type of story can I use or analogy that it'll make sense to people. And I realized that, using videos in your business is very similar to my little weight story that I just told you. So on the scale of views and engagement and likes and actual conversions, right, it's hard to see the results. But when you step back a little bit, big picture, you'll see a massive transformation in your business. So I thought, that's probably a really good little analogy. So the thing is, you can do all these kind of videos and strategies, but the foundation is the most important. So the foundation for me was transforming my body. I had to have a good diet. I had to do, good disciplined training. And so if I translate that back to videos, it's one thing to just go create little videos here and there, but if you don't have the foundation right, that's where the bigger picture results won't be that evident. So what I mean by foundation is, and this is where our clients normally engage us, we normally suggest do the foundation first. The foundation is get your business overview video, so your business overview story right. Get a couple of case study stories of clients that you actually help that look like other clients that you do want. And the third thing is cornerstone content videos. So cornerstone content videos is, I won't go into too much detail, but it's the 5 top objections that you might face every single day, or false beliefs that your customers might have. So what I'm doing to you right here is I'm trying to overcome a false belief in your mind here. And that is it possible to track video? Like, you can't track video, so why even do it? So I'm using this story to help you overcome that false belief. And the same goes for content videos. So again, business overview, case studies, and cornerstone content videos. And the thing is, if you do these videos, what it'll do is it'll actually connect with the people that matter to your business and make them trust you. So that's what I always teach my clients. Get your foundation right first. And that's really the story for today. And I mean, if I have to bring it back to some real life client stories that we've helped in the past, one really good one is Jody Brown from Buzzword. I've known him for ages, and then probably after 8 years, he's like, okay, cool, let's do this. Let's get a video for his business. And what we did was we told his whole story, and him and Phil, his business partner, and really got people to know, like, and trust him. And a little story, and you can go check it out in one of our case studies on our website. He actually told the story of within the first week, he actually got some deals out of it, that if he adds that up, the client value over the year or client lifetime, it was just a massive return. The thing is, you can't even compare the results. So, like I said before, pay-per-click advertising, Google Ads is awesome. All for it. We do it. You have to do it. It's just a different mentality. So where we put in $1 there, try and get our $5, and then it's a positive ROI. The thing is, with video and story, the potential of the opportunity is so big you can't even imagine. We actually have some clients where the videos and the foundation we've created for them, it's actually created massive opportunity, millions and millions and millions of dollars for the next few years for their business. The thing is, the story in the videos is a puzzle, it's a piece of the puzzle, right? So I'm not saying the video is the result, but without that video, that opportunity would have been a lot lower. And another good story is Tim from Kai Construct. Again, he said it in a case study story on our website, go have a look. And he said one result that he really got out of it, right? And this is where I'm like, how do you measure results and success from a video? Like numbers, it's really tough. Tim's story is really cool. So when he gets an inquiry from a client, he would normally send that video, or if someone inquires with him, they would have watched his story. And the thing about that is, what he said is when he meets up with those people, he gets a different vibe from them, meaning they love him already. They want to do business with him. They want Tim and his team from Kai Construct to actually build their dream home. Whereas before the video, they would get inquiries and so on, and the people would be scoping them out and checking if these are the right builders for them and everything else like that. But now it's just like, boom, we meet up, the potential clients are just happy with them already. So that's a massive result. So how do you measure that type of result? Especially if you start looking at like the next few years of your business. What is the opportunity of telling your story as a business? So I thought, guys, I'll use my little weight story as an analogy. I hope you guys have liked that. If you have any questions and so on, and any feedback for this episode, please let me know. I want to give as much value as possible and teach along the way so that you can have success with video and story in your business. Have a fantastic day.